the stream. My name is Lee, and it is Sunday today. Now, normally, what I do on Sundays, as you know, also, hi, we are doing a surprise stream today, which means I have to do the thing with the thing and pop over here for briefly and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we are doing a fun thing, which is, I'm doing the thing, which means I have to go to the going live now thing and write, so usually on Sundays I do a little earlier in the day and then we raid into Blue Box, but I had got caught up in all sorts of other nonsense. So I guess today is a small cool. Awesome sauce. I am somewhere in the middle. He missed vibes today, but just remember I'm not a woman. But cool, I'll remember that. Thank you for popping in. Welcome. I am just starting the stream today. We usually do on Sundays. We usually do. Ooh, we just got the new expansion though. Okay, so I should say that occasionally what I will do is pick. If I don't know what to do a stream about, what I'll do is I'll go to my files and pick something that I either backed on Kickstarter or late 20s, pushing 30 in a couple of years. Not young anymore. God, I feel old. But I'll be 30 in a few years. Ugh, you know how it is. I mean, obviously that's not a bad thing. I know there are most people who are older, but here's a question. Does your I know my thingy is low. It's just one of those things, I have my computer is not great, and we still have to stream because that's how that goes. So we do what we can. You know how that goes. We do what we can about it and just kind of vibe. If it bugs you, I won't hold it against you if you don't stay because the frame rate is screwy, but it's just how, I can't. The only way to get it higher would be to have, vibrate. I'm guessing, but I am choosing to give someone the benefit of the doubt. I have standards. I give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove, I know. I am aware of the potential questionings, but I am giving them a chance to prove themselves better than that. Or him. I'm giving him a chance to prove himself better than that. Because I'm chill. And awesome sauce. And also, hi Sig, welcome. Eddie said he wanted to ask me a few questions, so I might end up doing... So, here's the plan. We have a plan. We do. We have an awesome plan. Our plan is very simple. I can either... Well, actually, I will ask you guys. Because you guys, we have 2 people in chat. And possibly more at some point. So, why not have a question? So I could do my usual Sunday of Arcana. I know, it's screwy. You just kind of have to... Hang on a second. I have 30 frame rates per second. So, on my end. Although... CPU, okay, why is it only like 3%? So if it actually did more of the CPU, we could have a reasonable stream. That's an interesting thought, right? So if I could... I have a rate of 30 frames per second. If I could... Yeah, but I need WordPad. I mean, maybe... Frickin'... I need WordPad. That's the thing, is I don't open stuff I don't need... for my stream. And, see, it's down to 2.7 PBU. It doesn't actually change anything. It depends on what's... frickin' whatever. That's annoying. Anyway, option 2 is... Option 2 is I have a new... cryptid... Monsters of Merca, which is a new... Yes! That's how I take notes. I'll show you, actually. Check it out. Plus, it's not actually helping my... See? My frame rate goes up when I open WordPad. So, clearly, No, not that one. This one. Like this, see? I do creations. So back when I first started streaming, what I would do is I would take notes in this particular notebook. And taking notes on stream was my plan. I'm trying. I'm not perfect. It's a thing I can't break myself of. But I used to take notes on I used to take notes in this notebook. And no, we're gonna do like a Majiggy What's It today. I know you love Felix and Gotrek as the bestest, but I could do a type up stream. I haven't done a type up stream in ages. But what I was gonna say is we just got a new one. And what I usually do though is for Sundays we have Arcana, and so I just took notes on what's in Arcana because it's cool, and I always have the WordPad open to take notes in. It is a skill, a thing for the stream. It's pretty cool. I think so. And it certainly beats taking notes in here. Yeah, it beats taking notes in the notebook that's now falling apart, which means I have to type everything up, you know? So I generally take up Arcana notes. And then but for now, let's start with Arcana. Because Arcana is fun. I might have Eddie pop by and he might, so what we're going to do, which is why I'm staying intentionally flexible. So we might end up shifting over to something else. But for now, I think Tales of Arcana, Arcana is super cool. So back in, 2018-ish, before the pandemic, I'm not sure on the exact dates, I backed a Kickstarter for this little Tales of Arcana 5e race guide, because it was really cool, and it was a fun little thing. Now, there are other uses for the word Arcana, and other super cool things that use the name, but when I say Arcana for Sundays, I mean this one, the Tales of Arcana 5e race guide. That's about the world of Genesis, which Arcana is the continent. And there's no maps in this book, which I find frustrating because it would be very helpful if we could have a map. But, you know, instead we get vague geographical descriptions and make it work. Someday I will draw a map just to annoy the people at Sugar Consortium. Matt Kneisel, who wrote this book. There are there are 200. Okay, some of them, for example, dwarves and elves are just dwarves and elves are just kind of recreations of the more traditional Tolkien fantasy. And to be fair, a lot of these are based on folklore and other types of media. A lot of them are based on other types of media, in fact. And it's kind of interesting to see the interplay with that. It's a hedgehog. Wait a second, we have hedgehogs as a playable race. Okay, that's where we're starting. So what we like to do at least what I like to do, and I've found it to be fun for everyone, is pop over here and okay, get rid of that. Oh, yeah, see, it's 6% on the CPU. And go like this, so you can see this. I generally go and I type up questions and things that make sense to poke at what the different races and the different lore, the plethora of lore that you found within this book, and the interesting side questions that prompt and about society in Genesis, and specifically Arcana, and various other things. It's a fun little exercise, and I find it interesting, so I share it with all you guys. Nope, not that one. We need not this one. That one? Is that one sufficient? Yes, that's sufficient. Okay. In which case, we can go to, I generally randomly pick a race or two and then kind of go from there, look up stuff that they cross-reference in the lore. Yeah, stuff like that. I think 180 was where hedgehogs were. No, 218. 180 would put us closer to gargoyles, which are also interesting, but we're going to start with hedgehogs. Why are we starting with hedgehogs? Because hedgehogs as a playable race sounds cool, and I want to start with them. It's just a vibe. We hang out. Let's see. No matter in Empire law is more perplexing than the case of hedgehogs. There's no record of who added the amendment to a common piece of legislation that simply reads, hedgehogs are equal to 2 people. Ucio Thuris, Empire bureaucrat. Hedgehogs are gnome-sized, sentient versions of the mundane animals. Because they're... Look at them. Aren't they cute? I do pay attention to the Twitch chat. Sometimes. Sometimes I do get distracted by other things. But I generally try to keep a 50-50 split. I do miss something in chat, and I am sorry if I miss some things. But I do try to pay attention to both. What I do is I keep this here. And then I can see... both the C chat. Oh, you can't see my setup on this end. But I have chat here so I can see it and read the thing at the same time. Sig knows what's up. He always requests more 40k, not Warhammer Fantasy lore, which we do on Saturdays. Next Saturday we're doing more Warhammer 40k chat, actually. I promised. So... It's not that I won't do more Felix and Gotrek at some point. I promise I will. Just today we're doing this one. A little older than that. Let's see. Hedgehogs stand between 3 and 4 feet tall when upright and weigh around 45 to 50 pounds. Alright. They can resemble any wild hedgehog species. Younger than that. Sorry. But most have lighter fur on their front/bottom and darker fur on their back or top. The spines can have several colors, and it's common practice to paint them with paint similar to nail polish. Ooh. Hang on a second. Is spine... This is an important question. Let's see what we do. Okay, so... Is spine polish... Just rebranded nail polish. Does it vary? Because the Empire is known to have a thriving modern economy, so this is an actual question of, okay, do they sell spine polish specifically in towns with high hedgehog populations? Because it is a, okay. No, and we're trying to stay away from sexual. I mean, are we 18 plus? This is an important question. I am generally not. But I generally... Okay. I won't ban you if you stop asking questions about that sort of thing. Deal? Deal. Okay. My question is I do not, and I don't wish to. It's something that people can have, but... You know, it's a vibe. Oh, wait. We were gonna do a thing. Sorry. Rebranded nail polish. I was actually... Had a thought. Is just... Spine polish fighters just rebranded nail polish. If not, does it vary from brand to brand? Because the thing about the Empire, which controls the continent of Arcana, is that it is a high technological conglomerate. Actually, that's fair. I can't help you answer your questions. Oh, okay. This is gonna be fun in the chat. Okay. Does it vary? Okay, yes. I mean, lots of things can be bigger than buses. Giants, for example, would be larger than... Well, are giants... That's a thought about giants. Some of them larger than buses. Allish. Ha. It. Vary based on... shenanigans. Also depends. None in our world. None in our world that I know of. But that doesn't mean they couldn't exist in another world, hypothetically. Also, it depends on the type of bus. Like, if we're talking one of the miniature ones, most stakes are larger than those. Not a lot of slugs, though. Even, like, scale models. Combination of bipedal and quadrupedal movement. Hedgehogs of human names would prefer to be referred to as honorifics such as Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Okay, but that's also a human honorific, so that's just preferred fancy names. That doesn't even make sense. Alright. Kind of have big hearts. They love to host small get-togethers and chit-chat with others, but rarely indulge. In conversation about themselves. They avoid carnivorous wildkin races prone to primal fear, but they are always willing to get to know others. Hedgehog are native to region now known as the Empire's Daimir province. It is controlled by conglomerate, which operates out of and controls Capital 5. You see what I said about Arcana being a capitalist hellscape? Yeah. Built upon the ruins of a Cahokian city. Hedgehogs live on the outskirts of Capital 5 in large underground homes beneath rolling hills. The region is also the location of Stonehenge, an important religious site devoted to Hedgehog Pantheon. Okay. I know, it does that. I could try to reboot it, but I don't think that would help, necessarily. I think it's because the, I think it's partly because... Nope, not that one. This is not the one we need. We need... the audio tends to be out of sync. Yes, Siegland is Siegland. Be nice. Both of you. Pretty please. Okay. Oh, there are 2 matches. Hang on. One and... Where's the other one? Nope, there's just one. Okay. Dang it. Jerome Bettis? I do not know of... I don't even know of Jerome Bettis. So, you're probably, higher on the tail than me. Oh, he's a football person? That explains why I don't even know of him, then. Conglomerate rules its citizens with oppressive laws, but leaves the hedgehogs alone, as their dual-person status confers additional Empire funds it can use for its own selfish purposes. Dang. That's true. Is he, does Jerome Bettis play American-style football? Or proper European-style football? Important question. Alright, well, I know the difference. It is... I do surround myself with people of culture. Gotcha. Long and thick in the... Yep, the American style. Some hedgehogs even work as accountants for the conglomerate known as hedge fund managers. They did that. They did that. Do hedge funds hedge? Gasoline, which would be an environmentally friendly alternative to other fossil fuels if its production didn't generate an absurd amount of pollution. Okay. So the question is, do hedge funds actually still hedge? I mean, sport's a sport. I generally don't worry too much about it. I ignore sports in general. Still do the hedging investment thing. Or do they just have oh, pipe down. Oh, who plays? Neither of you play, actually. If I'm guessing correctly. Also, when did they call Jerome Bettis a bus? Never mind. I probably... I'm getting confused. Sorry. Or do they just get their name from... the fact that they're traditionally... Dang! Okay, you can do sports ball. That is impressive, and I appreciate the athleticism that it takes. I still don't actually think it's fun, but you know. They're traditionally run by hedgehogs. I used to play European-style football as a child, but gave it up as I got older. Actually, though, even if, is there a limited... Really? I mean, by longer, I assume you mean taller than this bus fellow. Ah! But you didn't specify that's what you were longer and thicker then. Also, that is a completely down. Longer and thicker can mean longer and thicker in any dimension. Not just the genital one, because, you know, there are people who care about other things. Sorry. There are other dimensions by which you can measure people. Fun fact. I was gonna say... But here's a question. That's me. Hawk. Well, okay. Is there any shortage of fossil fuels? I mean, that's true. Snake or that is true. There is that. Also, it's kind of considered impolite to ask someone who you're not actively going to... I mean, it is right about the shape of a worm, actually. Oh, but what, fossil fuels that would make... Because here's the thing, even high-pollution biofuels might be worth it if there was a shortage of fossil fuels, especially because fossil fuels are inherently limited and biofuels are inherently unlimited, so the pollution factor isn't actually the only reason why it might be better to have a renewable fuel than a fossil fuel. Would make, and also whether you can produce it domestically if there's a war, for example, such as the current one, but shut off your supply. So, I don't think so. Aha. Nah, he's just trying to mess with you. Sig is trying to mess with you because he thinks worms are not a very different thing than... What? He's just trying to be polite because he knows that I am squeamish sometimes. Besides, let's see. Even high pollution biofuel. Although, aren't fossil fuels just... Aren't fossil fuels just biofuels anyway? Isn't that a thing? Because, okay, hear me out. fossil fuels are naturally occurring fuels, right? They're made from the fossilized remains of dinosaurs, and other things that died on the Paleolithic era, right? So if fossil fuels are made up of things that die, that die on the fossil fuel slash, our fossil fuels are made up of things that die, then are they not just biofuel? Just, like, aren't they the same thing as biofuel? Just, I mean, coal is a fossil fuel. Oh, you actually know something about fossil fuels. Fun stuff. Because coal is not technically a fossil fuel. Diesel, yeah, they got diesel, you got gasoline, you got anything they make from crude oil, which includes diesel, gasoline, kerosene, jet fuel, tar, I think too, but I think that's not a fuel, they just use it for that. But, I mean, I know they're fundamentally considered different than biofuels because of their, the highly radical nature, but hypothetically they're still the same theory, right? As in, it's a biomass. Yeah, I know fossil fuels, natural gas, right? That's the big fossil fuel. A paleontologist. Worth making. Because pollution count isn't the only consideration when you think about what kind of fuel you're going to burn. Even though it said, okay, greener alternative just means less pollution, but it's not even necessarily the, I spelled control wrong, with an E instead of an R. Ross Geller. Oh, paleontologist by Ross Geller. I have never... Oh, that Ross. I think I know the Ross you mean. Now I have to go... Charity Tool is... Okay, nope. That's... Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yes, it is that Ross. Okay. I also did not watch Friends because I am young and stupid and all that shenanigans. Oh, let me see something though. Dual status offers some benefits such as voting twice or being able to claim themselves as their own dependents on taxes, but it has some unfortunate drawbacks. Expected to perform twice the amount of work and might be denied a job unless there are 2 vacancies. They must win 2 elections to serve a public office, though some hedgehogs get around this by running on both Arcanist and Loyalist tickets. Okay, yeah, if you run on 2 different tickets, then you can... I mean... Leather trousers. Huh. However, anyone who murders a hedgehog is guilty of 2 murders instead of 1. The events that led to legislation granting hedgehog dual personhood are unclear. It is common for bills to have riders surreptitiously added, scribbled in margins, or written on napkins. Some petty inclusions, such as legally challenging the name of a rival politician to stupid face. They are guarded between legislative sessions to avoid such addendums, but the concerning hedgehogs was noticed only after the bill was signed into law. It must be added, though, that some have been added through some sort of powerful magic. Or just someone who had a in the know. Like, you just have to know a guy to do a rider, right? That's just political maneuvering, politicking. The question is who did it and why, but, you know. Who fought so hard? Who politicked? I suppose you could hire someone as 2 part-time employees instead of... Wait, which one? Let me see. Oh, yeah, they do that because they don't want to... They do that because they think if they get enough fur, no one cares. That's why they do I mean, they actually are very rarely have, they have like million. They don't have any mammalian. Do they have a 30 move speed? Hang on. Myrtle live more than 80 years. Size. Oh, yes. Base walk speed is 30 feet. Yeah, I wouldn't think it was... I mean... most do. Actually, though, he could just be pissy and not care. I mean, certain species don't have, The taboos around nudity are actually quite cultural, and frankly are... would be very different if you had fur or a retractable sort of thing, like set up like a cat has, where you can retract. Actually, I think dogs have similar ones. So if you can retract, then it doesn't necessarily matter unless you start getting hard and then unretracting. Is unretracting a word? They actually are very conscientious. That is true in terms of ability scores. Okay, let's look at this because strength other than one ability score other than strength by 2 and another other than strength by 1. Yeah, exactly. Which is why they're not wearing pants. But, like, ageist humans do rarely live more than 80 years. Peaceful and often neutral good. Those that abuse their legal status might be lawful evil. Uncommon. Are more common within the Empire. Interesting. Similar height and weight to gnomes. Size is small. Okay, yeah, see, gnomes have frickin' 25 speed, right? As do halflings. Used to be 20 back pre-5th edition. Walking speed, 30 feet. What? When using your sense of smell to check perception checks, you can add your proficiency bonus. Oh. I mean... Actually, that's an interesting question. I mean, think about it. How do you define male and female? Also, I don't think so. I think they probably, given that they are mammals, have similar, at least, genitals, but that doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, ovipositors are a thing, and you can't, that has been postulated. I don't know, I mean, if you've ever seen, like, the way hyena, I mean... yeah, okay, so they're more like hyenas than actual hedgehogs. Although I don't necessarily, I'm not a thing on hedgehog genitals. And besides which, I think they specifically tried to make it too hairy to tell, otherwise they would have given him pants. Hell no. Hell no. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the sense of smell. Wait, you can only add your proficiency bonus? You don't even get, like, freaking, usually if you have keen smell, you get advantage on smell checks. You only get extra proficiency. That seems kind of lame. No. And if you ask me again, I will kick you off. I guess I kind of sticking my tongue out does kind of mess with it. Rolling for ball causes your spines to protrude. While you're prone, other creatures do not gain advantage on attack rolls against you or if they're within a 5 foot of you. I guess, does that mean that if you have ranged, you can still get attack bonuses if you have a reach weapon? Can't help you with that. Shame to shame. Let's see. Wait, no, but if you have a reach weapon. What was I gonna say? If you had a reach weapon, does that mean you still get the, yeah, I know my audio is still fucked. I mean, I figures, right? Because the computer, the CPU only has so much processing power. If the levels are off, I could maybe tweak the mic, but, what was I gonna say? I could maybe tweak the mic, but it might just be, I think, yeah, it's because it's beeping right in the right range, so I think what it is just, yeah, the processing. Exactly. It has shitty processing power. My computer doesn't want to, I can probably tweak the settings somehow. Like, okay, let's do that. That might help a little bit, possibly. But yeah, it's just dropping randomly. At this case, it's just... I mean, processing, it's just a matter of accents and all that jazz. Wait. Why do that? This is... True. But, this one... So, okay, so you drop prone, you can roll balls that cause you to protrude. I mean, maybe, maybe not. Maybe Brits pronounce it wrong. Besides which... Americans are cool. I don't know. Plus, they're more American, so how you define which one is right and wrong? I try not to define, Wait, okay, halfling drinks a shrink potion gets the benefit of getting advantage when they attack prone foes. No, I mean, No. When you drop prone, wait, hang on. So if you're tiny sized, does that automatically get you, take away the disadvantage? Okay, you don't get an advantage attacking them in melee combat if they're, prone, if they're tiny. Okay, fair. But this one says, don't get advantage if you're within 5 feet of you. So that means if you have a reach weapon, like a glaive or a halberd, you'd still get the advantage for attacking a prone foe, even if they're balled up, because they're not within 5 feet of you. Also, you're very buoyant when rolled into a ball, so you get advantage on ability checks to remain afloat. Maybe, maybe not. Most illustrations go out of their way, like, to... Alright, that's a bad example. What the fricker? Okay. Yeah, most of them go out of their way to show... I don't know. Huh. Crawling costs you extra movement only if you are also rolled into a ball. Quadrupedal movement. So you can still move on all fours. Yeah, they'd still be at advantage because they're not within 5 feet of you. But if you're tiny, that they don't get the advantage either way, right? Maybe, maybe not. Or they're just angry and you're misreading their expression. So crawling costs you extra move only if you're also rolled into a ball. So you can... There we go. If I move them like this, I can just see the face. Spines. A creature that attempts to grapple you has disadvantage. That's why I'm moving the thing up. Wait, are you that far behind? I'm moving the thingy up. Wait, what stupid... No. Sorry, my computer's being stupid. Stop it. Thank you. Okay. I'm moving it up to here. Let me see. Wait. A creature attempts to grapple you has disadvantage on ability checks to do so. When a creature successfully grapples you, each time you use your action to try and escape, the creature takes 1 piercing damage. Its expression is, if you see him just from the neck up, could be a lot of things. Maybe. Maybe, I feel like it's at least partially, Freudian from when you're, because you see him from the waist down and know he's not wearing pants. Okay. Creature gains piercing damage. A creature that engulfs you, such as swallowing, takes 1d4 piercing damage at the end of each its turn if it continues to do so. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of lag. I know. Common wildkin. Variant. Wildkin species with the following changes. A sentient armadillo with the same average height and weight as a gnome. You are capable of bipedal movement. Armadillos live 100 years. You lack spines trait, and you have the rolling attack trait from the Quarren race in this book. You speak, read, and write Common, Wildkin, and Sanskrit. Armadillos are rare and often neutral. Okay, do armadillos also count? Also have dual personhood, or no? I don't think so. Did Pat pop in? Do we have shenanigans? Also have dual personhood? That's an important question. Or do they just... Probably not. I would guess, but it's possible. Sorry, we have a bit of a trickster in our midst. Creeper Hedgehog is not... Here, look, see? I'm going past it. I'm pulling them out. Ta-da. Creeper Hedgehog is just stupid. Pipe down. question for you. Longer. Do you actually play D&D? That's a fun question. Or you do world building? By giving mortals limited access to her power, my master hopes to learn not just if they are worthy to wield it, but if there are new ways to use it she hadn't considered. Omicron, Talos attendant to Mechea. Heroes, hyper-extreme response operative, are humans who wear technologically and magically advanced suits of armor they can summon to aid others. These suits protect them from harm and disguise their identities, but reflect the calling of the user. The appearance of a hero suit comes from the impetus, the true calling of the wearer, often a futuristic and thematic outfit for their class, such as cleric or rogue. The outfits are seemingly composed of cheap material, as if made by low-budget television costume department, thin fabric and plastic or metal armor pieces along with a helmet. Nevertheless, they are powerful relics utilizing ancient technology and magic. The wearer activates or deactivates the suit with a device that looks like an amulet or talisman, usually accompanied by a metal phrase like, "I need a hero." I do not know Lumi. Heroes are tireless and self-sacrificing, putting themselves in danger time and time again without asking for recognition. They're often chosen in times of great need, working with other important figures such as Sentinel or various demigods. Hang on. Are hero genetically distinct? Is there a genetically distinct... So genetically distinct... Genetically distinct from... There's a gene genetically. Lee, come on, Lee. Distinct. From humans... Wait a second. Are they genetically distinct from humans? Or do they become so when they wield the suit? I know there's a lot of playable races in Arcanum that just kind of... are just weird variants, but the question is, are those variants genetically pass-onable or not when they merge with the suit, or... Do the suits ever reject anyone? Do the suits ever reject anyone? Yeah, I know that, but here's the thing. Why would you create a playable race that was just a human in a suit instead of giving the suit its own freaking... Like, are they humans that are genetically modified by using the suit? Exactly, but the question then becomes, do the suits modify them biologically, or do they reject them? Like, what makes them... What makes them... Why do they get their own race if they just have super suits? Like, this doesn't... You know, what do the suits... Okay, so do the suits merge with them? Is it a mental, like... Do they fundamentally... Do they fundamentally change them on a biological level? If so, are only humans... Well, okay, we'll keep reading. Me? I'm just a GM, a writer. A world builder. Who thinks of these kinds of questions. I'm the kind of person who thinks of these kinds of questions. Titan War... Metris recruited other Titans whose cause to overthrow the Eternals. Yes, this is old hat. However, not all of them joined. Even though she was betraying her kind, Mecha, the Titan of technology, stood with the elementals, gods, and angels. She built Titan frames to assist and fight the development of the hero suits to aid mortals willing to fight Metris. Yes, this is the kind of question... This is why you come to the streams. So you're less lonely. I'm just me, you know? I just world build. I create all these characters, and I read other people's work. That's how you ditch loneliness. You engage with others properly and be nice to them. Let's see. Beheaded. He beheaded Mecha, but her severed head survived. With the aid of her Talos assistant, Mecha's head was relocated to one of her underground research facilities where she could monitor Genesis. In times of great strife, she dispatches her Talos assistants to locate mortals worthy of wearing the armor. Okay, so... Nah, I'm doing okay. It's been a kind of crazy day. I do lore on Arcana. I do lore on a lot of things. I do, you know how easily I get distracted. But, yeah. You guys make me happy. Not you so much, less so, you're kind of wearing on my patience, but Sig and other people in the chat who care about this cool Arcana stuff that I care about, people who engage with the lore and ask fun questions, people who do other streams that also do world building. I don't hate you. You're just being mildly annoying. But I'm letting you stay because I understand that you're trying to not be annoying. Of Greyhawk. Yes, that is today. I'm going to do another stream. To do, maybe not. Ooh. Oh, yes. Hi, Pat. Also, hello, Pat. Welcome. Alright. Cool. I just like that, too. I can't do anything about it, though. You don't have to stay if you don't want. But I don't mind having you kicking around. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But that's just me. I can't do anything about the audio sync industry. Modern times heroes are less frequent, mainly because Mecha has only one remaining Talos, Omicron. Okay, hang on. We need to figure out what Talos is. He can't leave his master side for too long. Then come, then stay, then hang. Just be mindful of what you say. That's all you gotta do. You can stay and hang. I can't help you be less lonely, but you can come and hang out with us, but you gotta be nice. I don't know how to explain it, but you can hang. Promise. I know FPS is low, but I can't fix that. There's 100 other streams, too, if you want to go to other people's streams, too. But, yeah, I just can't fix the SPF. It is what it is. What was I gonna... Oh, yeah. Let's see. In Grimm's Grey Strike, she dispatches her Talos assistants to locate mortals where they were in the armor. Modern times heroes are less frequent, mainly because Mecha has only one remaining Talos, Omicron. Okay, we need to figure out what Talos are. Okay, hang on. We are doing another lore jump, is what we're doing. Talos. Sorry. Talos. Yes, okay, 398. We're going to... Because I have a terrible computer that doesn't work so well, you know? Even if I only have this running, it doesn't... You know what I mean? We are burdened with godlike knowledge with any power means to use it. Talos are mechanical stone-like construct created by the Titans to serve them. Unlike the Titan frames, who were constructed to protect Genesis, Talos served only their masters. When Titans... I mean, I might at some point, but... I only have so much cash and I only have so much to do, so I can only get so many computers. Computers are freaking expensive, you know? I might at some point. That is a goal in life, but for now, I stream with the one I got. It's how we live. When the Titans were defeated by the Eternals, gods, and other powerful beings during the Titan War, Talos found themselves free to go about creation as they saw fit. They can remove their masks and place them on other Talos machines to operate them as their bodies. Dang, wait, what? Seek these machines, lost throughout creation, for their own individual plans and purposes. 100 humanoid constructs, robotic in appearance, made of stone, and a Titan-forged metal known as titanium. I feel like titanium probably means something different. Do titanium and titanium both exist? Okay, does mundane titanium exist? That's an interesting question. Okay, Genesis has to be capitalized because it is a planet. Although, do planets have to be capitalized? I feel like it is. Okay, yes, they are capitalized because Genesis is the planet name, and Earth is capitalized, but only if it's Earth and not Earth, because there's a whole reason. I know my keyboard is fucked. I mean, it does work. All the keys except the spacebar works, and then the spacebar on the other one works. So between them, I have a full set of keyboards. You know what I mean? My keyboard's fine, mostly. Just a little tricksy sometimes. Okay, once Talos are known to those outside the mortal plane, including angels, Asmodeans, Painbringers, and a few navigators. Though they have human-like personalities and emotions, they avoid working with others unless doing so can help them achieve their goals. I mean, I could, but I'm probably not going to. Honestly. I generally don't call people. Telephones are dangerous, and not dangerous, but it's you know how it is with telephones. Making phone calls is terrifying. Many were created but not activated. Some Talos seek to wake them up from slumber. Wait, okay, hang on. Once freed from Titan rule, Talos struggled to find a place in creation. They did not wish to rule as the Titans had, but craved attaining that level of power. And stop insulting my stream. After the Titan War, Talos traveled in hopes of producing powerful, eternal, or Titan magic or relics, including any Talos technology in cities lost in the war. Not all Talos are... I mean, sucks to suck. I mean, I can't get any... Well, anyway, my point being... My point on Talos is... Wait, hang on. Because once freed from Titan rule, Talos struggled to find a place in creation. They did not wish to rule over the Titan, as the Titans had, but craved to attain that level of power. What do you do with power if you don't rule with it? And isn't that more dangerous? Because anytime you have power, you have to have power over people. So you're technically ruling them, even if you're not ruling them. And don't worry about it. It's not something you want to be. Trust me, it's an insult known to... Ugh, I'm not explaining that. Nope. Not explaining it. But hang on. So after the Titan, I think I would call bullshit on that though. Titans crave. You can't crave obtaining a level of power without wanting to rule. That's not a. If you want to rule. If you want to rule. Yes, true, but power is different than power. Like, power is in calories. The level of power of the Titans, that's a different usage of the word power. Maybe, though. That's a thought. Because they have... What does power them, though? I mean, if they're constructs, they need a power source. Okay, now I have to... If Titans are... if Taloses are... Taloses are constructs. Do they require a power source? I feel like more construct races should require regular, like, either running on a fuel source or... Because living beings need to eat, sleep, and breathe because of how our bodies work to convert calories into energy, right? So any type of freaking, what was I going to say? Any type of, you got what it means. Tell us, do they need fuel source? Uh-huh. Okay, so they want space travel. Fair, so they want to be able to travel through space and time. Sure. Or thingies. Sure. I wouldn't consider that power, though. That would be ability. I feel like that, I mean, I guess that is a type of power. That's a thought. But do they need fuel? I feel like more construct races, though, in all role-playing games should require fuel source, because I feel like entropy is a thing, and it does require holding back. I mean, magic can only get you so far, especially if you don't have calories to power it, right? Or calories to tap into the weave to get it. That's why spell slots are a thing, is because you need to tap into the weave, right? So I feel like you would need a fuel source to exist. Humans have food, and other biological creatures have food, but constructed races probably have other similar systems, right? They require, unless they're constructed with like a battery pack, 100-year nuclear battery that would then continue on constantly. Maybe. I guess that's still rulership, though. Even if you're doing it for the good of the people, that's still a form of rulership, a form of political power. You know what I mean? Traveled in hopes of procuring powerful eternal Titan magic or relics, including any Talos technologies and cities lost in the war. Not all Talos are from ancient times. Many were created but not activated, so some Talos seek to wake them from slumber. Others serve their own needs in search of any source of power. Some work as soul bounty hunters for heaven and hell, while others secretly run criminal syndicates on the mortal plane. Talos also broker contracts between mortals and demons. Talos knows secret ways to move through creation, such as metaphysical maintenance tunnels of the cosmic or aether routes. Titans left behind several powerful relics, all of which are sought by Talos. Titan's singularity cells are sources of substantial power and can be used to activate Titan technology. The foundations are weapons created for the Eternals by behemoths. The hammer, Realmbreaker is a foundation. Okay, foundations are weapons created by the Eternal, by the behemoths. The hammer, Realmbreaker, is a foundation, as are Sun Wukong's Ruike Jingu, Bang, and the sword known as Excalibur. Talos technology is meant to allow for interesting story interactions, so the appearance and use of it should be solely at the story master's discretion. This could present as another body with different mechanical implications, such as hover boots or forearms, but the main intent is to use the Talos mask as a key to interact with Talos technology, such as opening a Titan temple or activating an ancient biographic map. As rare as Talos are, technology that interacts with a Talos mask would be rare even to them. It would be found on any realm, planet, or plane. It could be found on any realm, planet, or plane. Huh. Constitution score increases by 2. Other ability score of choice increases by 1. Born as adults and are ageless, obviously. Mythical alignment. Talos are driven by their own consciousness and hidden machinations. Most conscious and hidden machinations. Most are neutral evil. Interesting. Mythical, though Talos are uncommon to rare in celestial infernal realms, including the shadow realms, but mythical on the mortal plane, for example. Between 5 and 6 feet tall and weigh between 300 and 400 pounds. However, many Talos models are hidden throughout Arcana, and some have different sizes and shapes. As a typical model, your size is medium. Base walking speed 30 feet. With 8 hours of work, your armor can be integrated into your body, so you can't take it off without 4 hours of work. The integrated heavy armor doesn't reduce your speed and imposes no disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks. And probably you can sleep in it, too. You are humanoid, but your constructed nature gives you the following traits. You are immune to disease and have resistance to poison damage. Also, you can add your proficiency bonus to saving throws against being poisoned. If your proficiency bonus in such a saving throw, your proficiency doubled. You do not need to eat, drink, or breathe. You need not sleep and don't suffer the effects of exhaustion due to lack of rest. Magic can't put you to sleep. Right, so having the integrated armor... Alright, that's just random typing. Never mind. Sorry. You're gonna have to type it out, because I don't know what you're... That's me. Hi. Magic can't put you to sleep. During a long rest, which you still need, you remain conscious and aware. You have proficiency in 1 skill and 1 tool. Hello again. As a reaction, you can remove your faceplate and place it on another Talos technology, allowing you to communicate with and, in some circumstances, control that technology. Controlling ideology would be a whole different schema of things. Speaking right Common and Arcana, you can choose 2 other languages with which you have similar fluency. Interesting. Huh. Okay, now we go back to heroes. Right? Now that we've... Mulan's... Wait, what are these orc... No, Tauti. Okay, hang on. Sorry. I'm glad you like me. Get some good rest, okay? You'll feel better in the morning. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. We were gonna go back to... heroes with 222. Sneezing is sneezing. I just sneeze a lot. But what I was gonna come back, so Mecha is a Titan who has a Talos who is, what's Talos' name? Omicron. Okay, so that recruited other Titans to catch up with the Eternal. Mekia fought on the other side, used hero armor to upgrade mortals, was beheaded, head still survived. Mainly because Mecha's only remaining Talos, Omicron, he can't leave his master's side for too long, lest her faculties fail and her head finally die. He's also not that good at his job and prone to comedic accidents. In addition, over the past few centuries, the demi-dragon Reina the Repugnant has hunted heroes, taking their activation devices. There are only a few hero suits left, but Mecha knows that she needs to train new protectors against the inevitable return of Nick Cronus, the dragon Psychon of Death, and her brother Metris. Okay. I don't hold my sneezes in, they're just like that. I just sneeze like that. It's a thing. My brother keeps yelling me about it. I keep telling him it's just a thing. That's just how I sneeze. Maybe it does make me a freak, but, it can't make it, I can't change it, so how it is. Oh, that's an interesting question. Gibbon, maybe? The Gibeon, the one, or maybe a Puka. Puka would be, Gibborim. A Gibborim might be cool, or, a Puka. Could be kind of cool. Sock Puppet. No, I wouldn't want to play a sock puppet. Fashari. Oh, Vashti. Oh, the gems. Being a gem would be kind of cool. But no, or something like a mage trying to overthrow the system of security, of secrecy, because I feel like that would be because they are based on the work of Turf Bitch. So, trying to overthrow their stupid little secret society could be kind of fun. Some of them fun to play as. But, honestly, I think being a Puka would be kind of fun. Omicron Prezi 8. Don't know what that's referencing. Wait, base walking speed is 30. Proportionality humans will appear larger depending on the appearance of your suit. Size is medium. Mythical can be found in every culture in ancient civilizations. Do what is just and try to help those in need, regardless of consequences. Lawful good. Oh, Blue Box! Thank you! Always appreciate the extra bits. What about all the nonsense that's been going on in the stream? We've been having a fun little nonsense stream. We've been working on these hero suits. So, oh! Dang! Okay, so this must, your suit can conform to different lore and appearances should you choose and your series master agree. Hero outfits were designed to honor real-world heroes who put themselves on the front lines every day, including during the COVID-19 pandemic, which means that this one came from 2020 or later. Which, to be fair, 2020 was actually 2 years ago now. It's a scary thought. However, there are other types of magical armor found in Arcana. For example, Ink are parasitic creatures of liquid blight that take unwilling hosts, making them appear as fanged monsters covered in oil. Amelia Endeavor of the Endeavor Industries has nearly perfected her Iron Knight auto magic armor, which is designed... He's not being terrible, so we're kind of... I'm trying to give the benefit of doubt. Which is designed to resemble classic knight armor with technological enhancements. Kind of like an Iron Man suit. But yeah, this is... Ooh, Miguel Rigadon Harkness drew them. So, hang on. So, we got those guys going on. Alright, so... Hero... Okay, so the heroes are less frequent. The question is, so you have the mechanicals, right? Let's see. Ability score increased by 1. Humans and ages they do, though their lives have historically been cut short in battle. Fair. Do what is just and try to... Why only humans? That's my question, is why only humans? Why do heroes only do humans? Do heroes only... glom onto humans? Humans. Or do they? Do they only glom onto humans, or is that just the way it's written because everything that is not... It's always like a variant on humans. Like, could other things... It's just frustrating when they do these weird ones that are like variants on humans, but because they have this magical thing, like, well, can't these magical things happen to other... Why can't that happen to... Like, why do hero suits only glom onto humans? Like, what? Anyway, just a thought. Lawful good. Although, in the face of unjust laws, would they consider... That's an interesting question. Base walk speed's 30 feet. Hero suit is an artifact tied to you. At least in part, but it could be interesting. Okay, so it's an artifact that is tied to you. You decide whether your armor is clothing, light, or medium, plus dex, max 2, or heavy. You AC... Yeah, exactly. It's got this sort of weird thing one. It's not the only one, although most of the others are genetic-based, like genetic quirks. This one is completely non-genetic quirk, which makes it interesting of why only humans. But hang on. So, AC 16, or if you have heavy, but you have to have a strength 13 and you get disadvantage on stealth checks. When you don't wear the armor, it exists in extra mental space connected to you. You can don or remove this armor as an action or bonus action. The ritual takes 1 hour, and you can cause the hero suit to absorb the properties of one other suit of armor, including its armor category, or a wearable magic item that provides wear with a C increase, provided the item is an artifact, like a basic ring of protection. An item from which your suit absorbs properties crumbles to dust at the end of the ritual. In this way, your hero suit can become like one other suit of magical armor or an item provided its wearer increases, and that provides its wearer increased AC. But they have other construct races. Like, there are dozens of other, like, Talos are the same theory of ancient Warforged. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same theory. They're not other, they're not other, there are construct races. So this isn't, like, even that, Also, like, a lot of the orcs in this world were created as biological, what's the word? Bioengineered to serve during the wars, and then after the wars kind of figured out. But, okay, hang on. When you perform this ritual, any properties your hero suit previously absorbed disappear. When you die, your suit disappears into extra-dimensional space. You can reclaim it if you return to life. Otherwise, it remains lost until it passes to another wearer. Does that mean there are a finite number of supersuits? Because if there are a finite number of supersuits, are there a finite number of supersuits? And if so... If so, why... If there are a finite number, then there shouldn't be a shrinking number of heroes because they can just reassign. I mean, I know there's the whole thing with Omicron is only one Talos and can't maintain a number, especially if there are these freaking a couple of the Dragon Psychons are getting in on it. Reign of the Republic. Oh, Demi-Dragon. Aw, thanks. But yeah, the Demi-Dragon was that. Calculate your carrying capacity and the weight you can drag, push, and lift as if you were large. This is the only case, I think, where it's not just because they're being dumb about things being large the way they are with Firbolgs and stuff and Goliaths and stuff. Like, this feels like it's actually due to something other than just being on the edge of medium-sized. Tourmalin's family was all elves. They're basically elves. They're not, you know, they have, I'm working on lore. Quartz won't go out adventuring because she's young. Plus, I'm probably gonna draw in if Jasper dies and then Feldspar goes looking for him and also dies. Then I'm probably gonna start bringing in all the cousins, and I won't bring in Quartz, promise. So you're not gonna kill off the entire species anyway, even if they were a species other than elves, which they're not. Choose one feat meet prerequisites for among lightly armored, moderate armored, or heavy armored. With the SM approval, you can choose another feat. Oh, so you get to choose an extra feat if you get, which is kind of cool. Speak, read, and write common. So yeah, they have a firefighter-y type suit, and this one's just kind of, I don't even know. But here's an interesting thing. Do hero suits change based on cultural zeitgeist? Does the suit's appearance change based on on cultural zeitgeist? How do you spell zeitgeist? That is the question. GH. Is that okay? That is definitely not. There's a T there, and then that sounds about right. Does it change based on site? Because if there are ancient ones, then the ancient ones would have been very different from modern ones, I would imagine. I assume Samus. I heard about her. She's a bounty hunter of some sort. Okay. Heroes are weird, but I think we got that down. Sorta. Metroid. I don't know. Ooh, what are these things? Hollows. Everything ends and that's okay. Lizzie Grinlock. Hollow Gravedigger of the Sepulchre. Animate. Oh, interesting. Huh. They're like zombies. But like sentient zombies, I think. Hang on. Hollows are the animate bodies of people whose souls have moved on to an afterlife realm. While their bodies continue to live, requiring food, drink, and sleep, the hollows are still undead. They remain all the memories, personality, and emotions they had in life, but lack a soul. This metaphysical split can be jarring, but many hollow learn to adjust their new reality. Interesting. So they're like well, no, not quite like vampires from Buffy, where they have personality traits, but they don't have soul. That's why Spike managed to fall in love with her, even though he didn't have a soul, and then he got a soul. Anyway. Were once human and pure as they did in life. However, the process that made them hollow leaves them gray. What was I gonna say? I was going to say, undead. They retain all the memories, personality, emotions they had in life, but lack a soul. Hollow were once human and pure as they did in life. However, the process made them hollow and leaves them with gray, white, or purple skin, red or white eyes, and green, blue, white, or purple hair. Huh. Male and female. This process is not well understood, so hollow can appear with different skin, hair, or eye colors, even those they had in life. Hollow unsettle the living, so they often leave to find other hollow or sympathetic undead. When they first awaken, the realization that they will not live on after death can cause an emotional crisis. Fortunately, over time and with guidance, most hollow come to terms with their new existence, becoming allies to other undead in similar situations. I mean, it's no different than being an atheist and not believing in heaven, right? Dozens of people have come to the conclusion they will not live on after they've died and are chill about it. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to cause an existential crisis. Although, in a world where the afterlife is a known quantity, not getting one kind of seems weird. Although you're also still alive. I mean, kinda. I mean, don't they? They do go to the afterlife. Can arise in any human society, so they have a diverse backgrounds. Until recently, it was rare for Hollow to meet another. For the past few centuries, most Hollow ended up working for the Sepulchre, an organization dedicated to performing funerary rites for various traditions, and protecting the memory of the dead. Each Hollow might oversee several assigned regions, but with the increase in their numbers at the hands of the Mad King Tareth, Sepulchre has been able to expand its role. Others, such as the Hollow known as Dead Girl, resent mortals and seek to kill as many as possible. Well, okay. Each province empire has its own local government. Some were once independent kingdoms whose governing... Let's see. That is a completely false number. I mean, you could try calling it up, see who it is. Plus, also, that only has the 3... That doesn't have the county code. Although, most people in local areas know their county codes. So they put their phone numbers, which is really annoying for out-of-towners. But anyway, I bet there's some sort of scan there. Plus, you never asked, actually, but that's a whole other question. Let's see, hang on. Some once independent kingdoms whose governing structure persisted after they joined. Ooh, fun. Interesting. This is the case with Draven, a province ruled as a monarchy. Around 15 years ago, its king, Tareth, became corrupted by the Necrown, one of Vilgar's elemental mastery crowns, which caused him to massacre his own people and turn them into undead. He obtained several soul blades, weapons capable of destroying souls, which Tareth and his now undead generals wielded against several hundred citizens. Those victims became Hollow, the largest and most public emergence of their kind in history. The Empire drove Tareth to the frozen north, leaving the Hollow to face their new tragic nature. Who did they replace Tareth with? Did they allow... Who did Tareth get replaced with? Because that's... Okay, so... Assuming that this okay. King Tareth. So, okay, so it had a region... what was I going to say? Okay, if King Tareth had a... If King Tareth... if King Tareth had a... if King Tareth had a... Okay, so if King Tareth had... Like, who did they replace him with? Get replaced with. Okay, so the Empire ran him out of town. Probably a good idea, although the question about home rule provisions might be considered. And also, if their souls have gone on to the afterlife, then you didn't really... Like, you just split them in half. You didn't mean they don't get to be afterlife, they just... Okay, that's the question. Replaced with. That's an important question of political. And, what was I gonna say? Do hollows remerge with their souls? Because if it splits you in two, right, it takes your soul, goes to the afterlife. So they're not denied afterlife so much as they get the afterlife, they just have to live past it. So do they create a new being who will never get to go to the afterlife because they've already gone to an afterlife? It's not like they're denied as such, you know what I mean? They already get to go to the afterlife automatically, right? And that's why they're created. So they're old souls. And, okay, the question is, that's the question. So, two different ability scores increased by 2+1. Depending on the campaign setting and the needs of the SM, not having soul could have mechanical or narrative implications. For example, Hollow might not be able to manifest in a higher realm accessible to only player characters with souls. Work with your SM to develop reasons how a soulless character can work in such situations. For example, maybe they manifest in a psychic energy instead of souls. I don't know. It seems more interesting than Hero. Well, not more interesting than Hero, but like it's interesting. Like a thought of, okay, well, what happens if you split the memories and the soul? Like, how are you? Like, as a soul in the afterlife, do you not remember anything if you're a hollow? If you go to an afterlife, but get made into a hollow, do you lose all your memories? That's the question, isn't it? Also, it is 7 o'clock, and I did not mean to stream this long. I just wanted to pop in because I wanted to be able to stream. Hang on. Who's... Thank you. I just want to check something. Yeah, both Kayla and Jay are streaming, and... Okay. Yeah. I'm probably gonna end up ending the stream soon, but... Immune to any effects that require to have a soul. However, if you die, you can't be raised from the dead because... Alright, you have proficiency in one skill, tool, or weapon. You speak, read, and write common. Though you haven't truly died, you can also speak, read, and write shadow tongue. Living corpse, humanoid, but you're immune to disease. You do not need to breathe. You can be healed as if you're a humanoid, but you otherwise consider to be undead whenever it is detrimental for you. Oh, yes. I think this is interesting. Sponsor. Yes. Yes. If you want to get cool, 20% off cool jewelry and support me, you can do that. It's pretty cool. I don't have any other sponsors yet, but, you know. Also, if you run a company and want to look into sponsorship, I'm not necessarily opposed. Just saying. 30 feet. Humans, can other creatures be hollow? Like, they keep saying, oh, well, this happens, do you lose all your memories? Does the version of you that get, the soul version that goes to the afterlife lose all the memories? Because the hollow, the extra bit gets them? And can other creatures... Yes. Which means shipping takes a while, but, if you don't live in Europe, shipping takes a while. But merge in tax and shipping with the cost you pay, which is really appreciated. Can others... what was I going to say? Can other races become hollow? I'm sure. If he's still around, maybe. Can other races become hollow? Sorry. Can other races become hollows than humans? Or is it just humans? And, yeah. Yeah, do you lose all your memories? What was I going to say? If they get a ghost... Huh. I wonder if someone ever got a ghost and a hollow. I don't know what ghost thing. Hang on. Are ghosts playable race? EFG. Ooh, variants. Humans. H. I. M. In. Ooh. Those are cool. Oh, yes, the invader hoped. This one, Casebo, okay, yes. Conrad. Ooh, another duck race. Kinderkin, oh, these are probably like halflings, but not quite. Kitsune, Kobold, okay, ABCD, GHI, JK, GH. GH. Oh, G. G is before H. That's why we're going the wrong way. G. O. Grem. Gray. Gorgon. Golem for steam golems. War golems. Clay golems. Goblins. Gnomes. Gnolls. Gibberum. Could be kind of fun. Giant. Ghost! Haha! Ghosts are departed mortal souls who wear chains, representing their sins in life. Though ethereal, they can interact with physical objects. Does that mean you can have both? Can both a ghost and a hollow come from the same? The same. Can't come from the same body. Person. That is the important questions. But yeah. I think that is about as much as we can do for today. I really appreciate you all popping by. I know it was impromptu, and I promise I will do more Warhammer Fantasy lore on Saturday, because we're doing another Warhammer Fantasy at the request of someone else for once. And then that next Saturday after that will be yours, and then we're switching them up. But what are we doing? Oh yes, I am going to raid Kayla, because Kayla is awesome. Oh, we have 5 viewers. That's fun. I really appreciate when people say hi in the chat, even if you're annoying. I promise, you know. But community content. Okay, we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Kayla, who is really cool. Time Lord's wife. Then Phantoms. Why is all the cool people on at the same time? We're gonna raid Kayla because I owe her. You know, she's cool. And but also highly recommend Lord Gazumba. After we go to Kayla, I'm gonna pop out to that. Why are all the cool people on at the same time? Cool beans.